Imagine you're the main star of an upcoming film, and now you have to promote it. How would you promote it? Would it depend on the genre of the film? Would you wear something related to the film to grab attention to it? Or would you just do some interviews during the press tour and call it a day? Hello bratties, I'm Odjuani and welcome back to the Spoil channel. 1 year ago, Margot Robbie would go on a press tour to promote the Barbie movie. And for that, she embraced the concept of recreating Barbie's most iconic outfits. This year, Rizzoli, New York, released a coffee book with every outfit she wore during the press tour, along with other ones she should have worn if the actors' strike hadn't happened. Actors in Zendaya also used the same strategy to promote her films this year, for the films Dune Part 2 and Challengers. So I wanted to analyze Hollywood's press tours in this video and to see how we got to this point of not only promoting a film through posters and trailers, but also through fashion with the so-called method dressing. But first of all, what's a press tour? A press tour is a promotional event or a series of promotional events organized to generate media coverage and public interest for an upcoming project, such as a movie, TV show, book, album, or product launch. During a press tour, the key individuals involved in it travel to various locations, participating in a range of media activities. And since we're more focused on movies and TV shows in this video, the actors from the main cast or the film or TV show, and sometimes the director, are the ones engaged with the media activities to promote the new project. These activities range from talk show interviews, press conferences, press junkets, social media engagement, and of course, red carpet events where premieres and screenings happen. Press tours can generate a public interest not just because of the actors or directors involved in it, but also the drama. You know, I'm not gonna lie, the drama is what fuels in the people talking about the film or the TV show. Whether it's because of a controversial quote an actor said during an interview or because of the drama surrounding behind the scenes of the movie.
Can you name the 3 Spiderman Tom Holland movies?
Yeah.
But we are here to talk about the method dressing part of the press tour. The term method dressing is reminiscent of the term method acting, which is a rather controversial acting technique that encourages actors to dive deeply into their roles. The method dressing technique was first mentioned back in 2023 in a Vogue article written by Sarah Spellings. The article talked about Halle Bailey's mermaid-inspired looks for the Little Mermaid press tour. The 23-year-old star is currently promoting the Little Mermaid with a wardrobe of iridescent aquatic gowns, a miso-hi gown with a shell-like bodice, and a beaded headpiece reminiscent of what a synchronized swimmer might wear for the London premiere. A pale blue gown with a netted skirt for a fan event, a cascading opera coat with layers of tulle resembling sea foam for this year's Met Gala. My colleague Andre Wheeler called this method dressing, a chance to extend the project's cinematic universe onto the red carpet before the movie even premieres. The majority of articles that I read that talked about method dressing always refer to the same event when it comes to the pre-era of method dressing. They always reference Tina Davis' dress for the premiere of A League of Their Own in 1992, which had a baseball stitching at the sides. They also reference Blake Lively's outfits during her press tour for A Simple Favour back in 2018. Lively wore designer suits in every single one of her appearances. But I could argue that even back in the olden days of Hollywood, method dressing kinda existed, maybe. So let's just take a look. During the era of the Hollywood studio system, implemented during the golden age of cinema during the late 1920s to the early 1960s, where celebrities were controlled and manufactured by Hollywood studios in order to promote a film, these major studios would have their own publicity departments that would arrange interviews, create press kits, manage public appearances of Hollywood actors, and entire press tours to create buzz around their films. Fan magazines such as Photoplay, Modern Screen, and Motion Picture were major publicity platforms at the time. They held the power to promote a film or Hollywood celebrity in general, cultivating the celebrity culture that we know today. There were also famous gossip columnists, such as Hedda Hopper, Luella Parsons, and Walter Winchell, that were crucial for the stars to gain visibility and therefore boost their film promotion. But the magazine Photoplay was definitely the most influential of all. Photoplay worked hand in hand with the major studios' publicity departments. They would have an ad for a new film in one page, and the next page would have a related headline featuring the actor who was starring in the said new film. Like the legendary actress Marlene Dietrich would be starring in the film Morocco in one page, and the next page would have an article about how she happened. Publicity stills were also another way to promote a film. They were photos of movie stars mostly dressed in character. These images would be used in promotional materials such as posters, lobby cards, press kits, and of course magazines, to generate excitement to the public. Now, would these stars wear something related to the film to promote it? Yes, kind of. Like Marilyn Monroe would be wearing the same dress she wore in the film How to Marry a Millionaire in a publicity photo or on the cover of a magazine. Like back then, Hollywood stars wouldn't have stylists like they have today. The costume designers from their designated studio would be the ones styling them. They not only would be in charge of a costume design of a film, but they also would make sure that the image of the actors aligned with the glamour that the studios wanted to push by styling them. Personal styles of celebrities back then and the characters they would play on screen would sometimes overlap, especially when they had more authority on what they would wear. Marlene Dietrich had more of a masculine style on and off screen. She would wear suits in her films and in public. But she wasn't exactly promoting a film by wearing them. That was just her style. She was way ahead of her time, and she would have the French police telling her that she would get arrested if she wore trousers in their country back in 1933. The most notable costume designer at the time, the legendary Edith Head, was famous for costuming over 1,000 films and winning 8 Academy Awards for Best Costume Design. Liked when her actresses wore dresses from the films that they were in during premieres. It was actually a pretty common thing. According to the book Dressing Marilyn, How a Hollywood Icon Was Styled by William Travilla by Andrew Hansford and Carrie Homer, the costume designer, William Travilla, always liked his stars to wear a dress from their movie to public events because it gave the public a taste of what was to come in the film. There was a dress made to be featured in the film How to Marry a Millionaire. It was never used in the film, but Marilyn was still wearing it for publicity purposes for the movie. She also wore outfits that were in her films to publicity events and premieres. Her iconic gold dress from the film Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, also designed by Travilla, was barely seen in the movie due to censorship. They thought it was way too revealing, so you could only see the back of it. However, Marilyn would insist on wearing it for the 1953 Photoplay Awards, but Travilla refused. But she did it anyway. Although it was a slightly different version of it, once the photographers took photos of her receiving the award of Fastest Rising Star, her and the dress became a sensation. As a result, she wore the dress again for publicity photos to promote the film, and the film was a major success. Travilla said, "That was the first and last time I tried to tell Marilyn what to do. She always knew best, and when it came to her own image, she always got away with the public and the press." Funny enough, in the following year, in 1954, Marilyn would wear a white version of her iconic pink dress in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. To the premiere of her film, There's No Business Like Show Business. Audrey Hepburn, another fashion icon herself, had a close relationship with Hubert de Givenchy, the famous designer. Wearing his designs in multiple films, she would wear his designs to press tours and film premieres as well. An example of this is Audrey wearing a white Givenchy dress during the premiere of Breakfast at Tiffany's in London back in 1961, which was pretty similar to the iconic Givenchy black dress at the beginning of the film. Gloves and everything, even her hair was in the same New York beehive hairstyle that she had in the movie. She would wear another similar dress at the New York premiere of the film, with white gloves and the same New York beehive hairstyle. As the film industry would let go of the old and very questionable Hollywood system, things would change a lot. We wouldn't see actors dressing on theme for their film premieres or press tours, but we would see something very method dressy before method dressing was a thing with the premiere of the film Grease. Olivia Newton-John would literally method dress before method dress was a thing during the release of Grease in 1978. She would wear a pink 50s inspired dress in the Los Angeles premiere, very reminiscent of her character Sandy in the film. Even John Travolta would be dressed like his character Danny. And then at the premiere party, she would show up wearing a second outfit reminiscing of Sandy's final outfit in the film. And then at another premiere party, in New York at the famous Studio 54, to which she said there were tons of people in the bathroom doing strange things. She would be wearing another outfit that was very reminiscent of Sandy's final outfit as well, but in bold, bright colors. She would even end up putting some of these outfits into auction for her cancer research center before passing away. You would see very few celebrities dressed on theme during premieres and press tours as the years went by. Ones that I could find were Gina Davis wearing the baseball stitching dress at the premiere of A League of Their Own in 1992, Pamela Anderson literally dressed as her character Barbed Wire to promote the movie of the same name at Cannes in 1995, and Drew Barrymore wearing one of the most gorgeous dresses I've ever seen during the premiere or ever after. No one knows exactly who designed it. Some believe that it's actually Ferragamo, the fashion house that designed the glass slipper for the movie as well, and the one she wore that night in 1998. During the 2000s, you wouldn't see a lot of method dressing as well, or actors dressed on theme for the movies that they were promoting. All you would get was Reese Witherspoon dressed in pink for the premiere of Legally Blonde, and that's it. But you know who was actually kinda dressed on theme, or kinda had a pretty underrated, I might say, press tour? Yes, the one and only Miss Britney Spears. Now in Britney's case, she would be promoting her film Crossroads, which is a movie that I love. I don't care what anyone says, this movie is good. She would not only be promoting the movie, she would also be promoting her album Britney as well. It was all in the Britney era. So during the Britney era, she would claim her sexuality and her womanhood. So she would choose to wear more plunging necklines. She would mix high fashion with low fashion to embrace her style. I posted all about it on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you should, because we have fun, have lots of games, and it's a good time there. So why am I bringing Britney's press tour to this video? Because no matter what Britney would do in this movie, no matter what role she would play in this movie, this would be the Britney movie. All she had to do was promote herself and promote the movie as well. Her stylists at the time were the duo Kurt and Bart. They were the minds behind Britney's most iconic outfits during the early 2000s. They were the ones who designed Britney's iconic denim dress. They were also behind costume designs for movies such as The Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 1 and 2, Black Adam, etc. Britney would wear Matthew Williamson in Cannes, Julian MacDonald in London, Emmanuel Ungaro in Paris, Versace in Madrid, and other very 2000s outfits that she would be wearing in other countries. I love this press tour. I love her outfits. Like, it's so her, even though she's wearing such high fashion, you can see that it blends with her style as well. Her Los Angeles outfits being the most Britney of all of them. This to me was the OG. Am I sweating? Oh my god. Like, this world press tour was the OG Barbie movie press tour to me. There was another press tour during the 2000s that caught my attention when I was doing research for this video, and this was the press tour for the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Whenever the four actresses were seen together at the time, the four of them would be wearing jeans. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but they did it anyway. Except during the actual premiere where the girls were all in dresses, but the people invited to the event were in jeans, except Victoria Justice, but you know, the majority of the people there were in jeans. I mean, granted, everyone in the 2000s was wearing jeans to any event at the time. But still, the brand Levi's was the sponsor of the event, and the jeans in the movies were Levi's as well, as a product placement. And Levi's had jeans that were designed by the main cast of the film and other female celebrities, auctioned off on eBay. And talk about jeans and the sisterhood of the traveling pants, let's just talk about Blake Lively and her method dressing. Blake Lively should definitely be regarded as the pioneer of the modern technique of method dressing. We did have Angelina Jolie and Elle Fanning channeling Maleficent and Princess Aurora on the red carpet for the premiere of Maleficent back in 2014, but it was in 2015 that Blake Lively, known for being her own stylist, there were around 20 different outfits for a week during the press tour in New York for the film The Age of Adeline. She had condensed 2 weeks of promotion for the film in 2 days because she was breastfeeding at the time. She said it took her 2 months to prepare. She told People magazine, "I selected easily over 500 looks from Style.com, various runways, and even some past collections. I wound up calling in 256 outfits. I had a stylist, I would have just booked 1 whole day of fittings, but instead I had to cram it in whenever I could, and in the end I couldn't even do all of it." She would wear ensembles from Roxanda, Krishna, Valentino, Kushni and Ox, etc. As well as other retro-esque outfits, Marc Jacobs, Zuhair Murad, Ralph and Russo, to channel her character in the film Adeline, a woman who stopped aging during the 50s. And she eventually went full Adeline during the premiere, wearing a Monique Lhuillier gown with the same hairstyle that she had in the film. Blake Lively would go on another press tour during the following year for the film All I See Is You, but with less method dressing and more just of her personal fashion. She would commit even more to the method dressing with the press tour for A Simple Favour in 2017, where she literally embodied her character in the film. From then on, other actors would commit to method dressing during film premieres, Keira Knightley being one of them, method dressing for both movies she was part of back in 2018. Margot Robbie would even reference Sharon Tate during the promotion of her film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Angelina Jolie and Elle Fanning would reference their characters in the premiere of the sequel of Maleficent. This strategy would come even stronger during the early 2020s. Actress Zendaya, with the help of her stylist Law Roach, definitely became the poster child for this marketing strategy. During the press tour for the film Dune Part 1 in 2021, she would wear sci-fi-like outfits to promote the film. Later that year, for the press tour of Spiderman No Way Home, she would go more literal by wearing a cobweb dress from Valentino with a face mask, and then she would go on to wear other outfits referencing the film throughout the tour. And as the year went by, you would see more celebrities dressed on theme, embracing the whole method dressing trend. Zoe Kravitz made cat references for the film The Batman, where she played, you guessed it, Catwoman. Jenna Ortega would be dressing in monochromatic outfits in every event she would go to because she was Wednesday Addams in the popular show Wednesday on Netflix. And you'd see Halle Bailey in full mermaid core promoting the film The Little Mermaid. And the biggest and most popular press tour with its outfits definitely came in 2023 with the release of the Barbie movie. The whole concept of the outfits Margot Robbie would wear would be recreating outfits from famous Barbie dolls. It would either be that, or she would wear pink outfits or outfits inspired by the proclaimed real-life Barbie, the famous model Claudia Schiffer. The outfits would be made by famous designers from Hervé Leger to Versace, Vivienne Westwood, etc. I remember making tons of videos about it on TikTok, and if you don't follow me on TikTok, you should. We also have tons of fun there, and it's a great time there, so hurry up and follow me on TikTok. And I remember getting lots of views just talking about anything related to Margot Robbie's outfits or the movie itself. The movie was so popular that it, created its own Barbiecore trend. The trend began a year earlier when photos of the set leaked, and celebrities were seen wearing pink during multiple events. But the press tour fashion was definitely a boost. It drove millions of people to dress in pink or even dress themselves as Barbie dolls to movie theaters. And some of us even brought their own Barbie dolls to theaters because why not? From then on, more and more celebrities would go on to dress on theme for the premieres. Dakota Johnson from Madam Web, Emma Stone for Poor Things, Anna Taylor-Joy for Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya for Dune Part 2. And Zendaya in particular would keep on going with the Met dressing, most recently with the film Challengers, where she would wear tennis-related clothes, giving birth to the tennis court trend with the popularity of the film and of course her looks. Now, why is method dressing such a thing? Why have celebrities been so eager to, dress on theme for premieres and their press tours? Now, it's definitely a marketing strategy that works, so I wouldn't see why they wouldn't lean into it. Like, the actress dresses on theme for her coming movie during the press tour. A content creator like me makes a 60-second video about it and consequently promotes the movie. Quick and easy. But in a Vogue article titled "Enough with Method Dressing," the writer Hannah Jackson writes, "Wicked won't even be out until Thanksgiving, but its stars, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, have already been obligated to wear pink and green for months now. The film industry took a massive hit during the COVID pandemic, and the Barbie method dressing proved that fashion could spark people's interest in film again. Not only did people go to the theaters, but they went in costume, sparking a major fashion trend too. But the purity of the intention has been sullied by a desire to turn that creativity into cash. By encouraging or requiring actors to tap into their characters, studios have managed to suck the joy out of method dressing and force actors to re-embody their characters long after filming wraps. Perhaps we're all just better off dressing as ourselves." And red carpet events are usually places that you can see celebrities express their personal style. I mean, look at Britney's press tour for Crossroads. You can't say that she wasn't being herself at the time. And even with Marilyn and Audrey, it was natural for them to embody their characters because their styles overlapped with them. It seemed more natural for them to somehow dress as their characters. And even if you look at Blake Lively with her 500 different outfits that she prepared for a press tour, you can see that she takes her fashion and her styling seriously. Same thing with Zendaya and La Roche with their amazing work. And as for the Barbie press tour, you also have to admire the wonderful job that both Margot Robbie and especially Andrew Milkmall did. But I guess now with everyone jumping on the method dressing trend, I can see that it has lost its uniqueness and genuineness. I just want to say that the film industry right now is in its flop era. Like, they're not making as much money as they used to. There's a competition with streaming, and as a result of that, you get sequels, reboots, remakes, and stuff like that. And method dressing as well, and celebrities dressing to the nines to, grab the attention and make people come to theaters and see it. I feel like right now there's gonna be a huge shift in Hollywood. Like, we're like in a transitional period. Like, there's gonna be a huge shift in Hollywood. Big changes are coming soon. Not me being that's so raving here, like what's going on, but big changes are coming soon, and I'm wondering what's gonna happen with method dressing and dressing on theme for premieres and tours. Like, is that just a trend? Is gonna, be over by next year, or is it here to stay? And if it is here to stay, please don't dress as an aquarium if your film is about fish. Like, let's get creative. Let's get creative with the outfits. Or don't even dress, or don't do the method dressing at all. Like, just be genuine. Period. Like, just wear something pretty that we like to look at. You don't have to method dress, You don't have to dress on theme for, premieres and stuff. So, That's all I have for today, bratties. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Take care and bye bye. I'm usually on theme for my videos. Today I'm not really, but you know who's on theme? Here she is. On theme and everything. Even with her little purse right here. It's hot in here. I'm burning!